The plant.
Go.
Everyone's logging on. All right. I'll just give everyone a few more minutes. I see the names coming in.
So you can see them because I can't see.
Yep, it says attendees popping on.
I mean, I see the numbers, but I don't see names. All right, I'm muting myself and I'm blocking myself. I'll be here at the end and I'm going to end immediately because that's what I was told. Otherwise, you have dead silence on the recording.
All righty, welcome everyone. We'll just give it a few more moments and then we'll get started. Thanks for joining.
Go ahead and I'll share my screen.
Hi, welcome.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get started. Good evening, I'm Shelby Phillips, the Youth Transition and Intake Coordinator.
Hi, I'm Leah Whitaker and I'm the Youth Life Skills and Recreation Coordinator.
So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight to talk about the Next Step Summer Program. If you have any questions at any time during the presentation, feel free to use the chat box or the Q&A box, and we'll be sure to make sure we answer all the questions at the end. And then to start off, I'm going to go ahead and kind of give an overview about the Ability Center and some more program information about all of our services. So the Ability Center is a Center for Independent Living, or a CIL. So all of our programming are consumer driven. We serve all types of disabilities, and our name and services may have changed a lot over the years, but our mission for assisting those with disabilities has not. We do serve 7 counties: Defiance, Fulton, Henry, Lucas, Ottawa, Williamson, Wood. And then our assistance dogs program actually overlaps a little into Michigan and Indiana as well. One of our programs of the Ability Center is our Advocacy program. So they work at a local, state, and federal level to promote positive change for people with disabilities. The key focus areas that they work towards are housing, transportation, healthcare, and public access. And they also partner with the community and other organizations to educate on the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA. The Assistance Dogs program, they breed and train and place dogs to be service or therapy dogs, or school therapy dogs. So some of the tasks that service dogs are trained to do are like picking up items, activating switches for doors, opening up cabinets, or doors, cupboards, picking up dropped items, things like that, providing balance for walking. Therapy dogs provide, some of the benefits that they provide are increasing with speech, promoting self-advocacy, independence, and comfort. And then school therapy dogs stay with the guidance counselors, and they promote comfort during different counseling sessions and positive behavior in school. Our community living program oversees a lot of different program areas. One of them is the assistive tech or medical equipment. So we are able to loan out or even gift different items. So things like hospital beds, commodes, raised toilet seats, transfer benches, wheelchairs, crutches, rollators, walkers, different types of things like that. And then we also have some funding to do assistive tech. So if you are in need of an iPad or a Chromebook in order to meet your goals, we're able to loan those out as well. Oops, and I forgot about our home accessibility program. Our home accessibility program is also under community living. So they promote independence and safe independence with living situations by doing grab bars, handrails, low-rise steps, ramps to housing to make it more accessible so that people can live independent and safe longer. And then also under community living is our pickle program. It's actually a research program that we're doing with the University of Kansas and Montana. So people who are 18 or over, have a physical disability, and live in the community and their own guardian are able to work towards their own goals with our staff. And they take surveys and are actually paid to take those surveys and participate in that program. So that's a fun one that we have. And then our youth programming, which is where we come in. So our youth and transition services, we work with individuals 13 to 24 and their families to promote independence with school, transition planning, post-secondary education, independent living, recreation, and employment. So we do work one-on-one for goals, goal development and working towards those goals. And we also have our independent living skills classes. So those classes do cover topics like employment prep. So we talk about resumes, mock interviews, applications, cover letters, different things like that. We have a cooking and nutrition class. So everything right now is virtual because of the way the world is. And we're doing our best to make it as interactive as possible. And we are looking forward to the opportunities that we do have coming up for that as well, making it more interactive and providing more materials for those classes. Personal safety, financial management. All of our classes incorporate self-advocacy and independence, speaking up for yourself, being able to communicate your needs, so working on those communication skills. And then there's also some volunteering and leadership development as well. And our sex education class, of course. We do partner with Planned Parenthood for that. And then our Next Step Summer program.
Next Step Summer Program. So our summer initiative prepares high school students with disabilities for the next phase of life. Participants are paired with local job sites to master employability skills through paid work experience or work opportunities. Students reside in a college dorm throughout a 6-week, isn't it 6-week program and gain valuable independent living skills, including cooking, laundry, and time management. Now with our Next Step Summer program, there is a fee associated with this program, although scholarship money is available. The University of Toledo hosts the students in the dorms during the summer program. Juniors, seniors, or recently graduated high school students are eligible. So some more eligibility would be the employment piece. The employment piece mirrors that of OOD's summer youth work experience provided by several vendors in the area. Our dates will match most of OOD vendors programs, or so consumers can participate in both of the opportunities, so the work experience as well as the independent living piece. And like I was saying, with the independent living piece, it is separate and exclusively facilitated and funded by the Ability Center. And with that being said, we do ask the consumer to pay a $500 fee for the dorm and dining halls. Everything else is grant funded or within our federal budget. We do have a sliding scale that the families can apply for. Depending where these families fall on the scale, their fee could be waived entirely. Also, in the past, consumers have utilized FSS funds from the Board of DD to aid in their program fee. We focus on a lot of independent living skills. And again, like I said, with cooking, laundry, and time management, meal prepping, recreation, hygiene, some housekeeping and cleaning, budgeting, and socialization. So staffing and safety. Youth department staff, as well as overnight staff and job coaches, are all employees of the Ability Center and are subject to background checks and drug screens and go through agency orientation. Participants review and sign a code of conduct prior to the start of the program. And rules and regulations are discussed with consumers and parents/guardians at parent night. And again, COVID-19 protocols will be put in place to ensure safety during any in-person programming, which could include the following, like wearing masks, social distancing, holding sessions outdoors when appropriate, and or staff and participant testing. The only, oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
you're fine. The only time where there are not a staff member in the vicinity as a consumer is when they are on TARP's buses on their way to or from work, or while at work if they are being coached by another vendor. And with all that being said, this is an independent living program, not a camp. We encourage independence when appropriate and want this to be a safe learning experience. And again, like I said, they'll go through a code of conduct and go through the rules and regulations prior during our parent night. And the nature of this program is what sets it apart from other programs and camps. And consumers/parents are fully aware and informed of procedures prior to the start. All staff are trained to follow ACT or the Ability Center's agency policy for reporting incidents. Consumers and parents are also encouraged to sign release forms for any medical, transportation, and or photos for other agencies with which they are involved. So because of COVID, thank you, we kind of have come up with some different plans. So plan A is our traditional plan. And this will include the overnight component and employment experience. And again, this will all depend on the status of COVID-19, the state directives and host sites safety guidelines. The dates are, as of now, we will start Tuesday, July 7th, and it'll go through Thursday, August 13th. So for the first week, participants move into the dorms and have group activities planned throughout the first few days and focus on IL or independent living and employment skills. And pickup will be on Thursday afternoon. Week 2 would be participants would then return back to the dorms Sunday evening, and then Monday would consist of a day-long training on professionalism. And then Tuesday, students begin working during the day and participate in various IL and recreation activities in the evening. And again, pickup is Thursday afternoon. And weeks 3 through 6, participants return to dorms on Sunday evenings. And again, Monday, students return to work. And in the evenings, they'll participate in, recreation and IL skills. Pickup will be Thursday afternoon, and something new is a graduation on the move out day later in the evening to celebrate. And usually with the first week, the first 3 days, the students will be welcomed with a panel of speakers and go on dorm and campus tours, receive lessons on and have the chance to practice skills. They will need to independently clean their rooms, do their laundry, and take out the garbage. They will also plan a clothing budget and shop for appropriate outfits to wear at their work sites and get their hair or even nail services at a salon. Week 2, again, there's a day of training on professionalism and work skills. And some other skills might be communication, teamwork, problem solving, critical thinking, enthusiasm and attitude, and appropriate workplace behaviors. And day 2 through 4 and weeks 3 through 6, students will go to their work during the day. And again, like I said, participate in either a rec event, community outings, cooking, or various independent living skills in the evening. So for example, a daily schedule would be maybe around 8 to 8:30-ish, breakfast in the dining halls, and then they'd wait for their transportation, whether it's through TARPs or a job coach. Employment would be from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. with a half-hour lunch break. Once work is over, they return back to the dorms and they can do, prepare their lunch for the next day, as well as some down or relaxation time between about 3:15 to 4:55. And then we usually head back over to go eat dinner around 5 to 5:30. And then there's structured evening events between 6 and 8 p.m. And then between 8 to 11 is again free time, you know, extra time to hang out. And then we do have a curfew for returning to the suites, which is 11 p.m.
And then there was a question that we can fix row here, or quick right here. It does say August 2020, but it would be 2021. And same thing on this slide, 2021.
Whoopsie. Anyways, so again, because of COVID, thank you, we have Plan B, which would be our day programming, which would be no or modified overnight component. And we will include the employment experience and independent living skills training. And week 1, participants have group activities planned throughout the first few days that again would focus on different independent living and employment skills and meet at various sites in the community. And week 2, Monday, would consist of, again, that day-long training on professionalism. And then Tuesday, students will begin working during the day and participate in the various independent living and recreational activities in the afternoons/evenings at various sites. And then weeks 3 through 6, students will return to work during the day, Monday through Thursdays, and evenings again will consist of independent living or recreational activities. And then we'd wrap up with a celebration or graduation at the end. And last but not least, Plan C would be our virtual experience, which means we will not include an overnight or employment components, but we will include some training on professionalism, independent living skills, and do a career exploration and mentorship. Program times will depend on the OOD summer youth programming and the availability of youth participation in full. Virtual sessions will last no more than an hour and a half per day. And ACT will complete career interest surveys ahead of time to make meaningful matches with career mentors. And so for right now, this is what we have for our current plan. And again, disclosure, these plans are subject to change depending on the state guidelines, status of partner organizations, and ACT's policies. So for as of now, our intention is to hold the employment piece in person, and we will follow the various employers' protocols for COVID-19 safety. And we are exploring various options for the evening/overnight experience, and participants will be given choices out of respect of their level of comfort given the pandemic. So one would be a possible overnight experience and UT's dorms on campus. And either we might do a limited number where maybe 5 participants 1 week at a time. And again, safety protocols will be in place to address COVID-19 and working with our HR department to determine what those will be. As well as possible evening experience with hands-on life skills lessons and recreation or social opportunities. And again, like I said, safety protocols will be in place to address COVID-19, and virtual options to view lessons will be available. And again, this is our current plan at the moment, but things can always change. So how to apply. For existing consumers, they will complete an application with the Youth and Transition staff member to determine eligibility. And then for our new consumers, they must first complete an intake and eligibility survey. Then, if appropriate, we'll continue with the next steps application process. And for our Sylvania office, you will contact Shelby Phillips, and there his or her email listed. And for our Bryan office or rural area, you may contact Angie Burton, and there is her email address as well as the office number.
And we did have one question. With Plan B, what time would they have to be at the Ability Center? With Plan B, they were, I'm gonna go back. Okay, there we go. My computer does not like me today. So since they would still be working, since they would still be working, it would be whenever their shift would be done. So if it was kind of everyone coming together around 3:30, 4 o'clock at the Ability Center, then that's probably what would happen. It would be kind of a happy medium between everyone's employment sites. When we are working with pairing up with the summer youth program, everyone usually ends around the same time. But with Plan B, it might be up in the air where people are working. So, and it could be up to the employer as well. So that might change a little bit. Are there any other questions? I'll go ahead and I'll post the link for this year's Next Steps application in the chat. And for those who are attending or who will be watching this that have already applied, either from last year I did our virtual version, you still are eligible to take it to plan to attend this year. So go ahead and apply as well, and we'll follow up with you. With that. Okay, it's in the chat. There's one more question. Are the dates still July 7th through August 13th? I believe that's correct. I'm checking my calendar now. Nope, it would be July 6th through August 12th. So that was incorrect on the slide as well. Apologize for that.
So again, Shelby had just posted the application in the chat box. If anyone has any other questions, don't hesitate to ask or reach out to us.
I do see that there is a call-in attendee. So if you want to go ahead and send me an email, my email is sphillips@abilitycenter.org, and there's 2 L's in Phillips. So SPHILLIPS@abilitycenter.org. I will go ahead and email you a link if you send me an email, and let me know if you'd like to apply.
I guess there's no other questions. So if we don't have anything else, thank you everyone for joining. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Again, Shelby for the Sylvania office, as well as Angie for our rural area.
One more question.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, just thank you all so much. Thank you for attending.
All righty.
Are we good, girls?
Yeah, I'd say
Good.
thank you so much for everyone participating. And again, any questions, please let us know. If not, have a great rest of your evening.
Night, everyone.
Bye.